everybody. I'm going to share my screen here. My name is Nina Baum. I'm the owner of Velo Media. We're a digital marketing agency based out of Rhinelander, Wisconsin, but I serve the whole Northwoods up to the UP, and I even have some clients nationally as well, over in Idaho and Minnesota and some other states. I specialize in digital marketing, specifically digital ads. So, creating Google ads, social media ads, content creation, and we also do a lot of website work as well. So, today we're going to dive into a little bit about how to set up your online store. And we're going to specifically be exploring Shopify. Um, Let me pull up Shopify here. Shopify is the leading e-commerce platform. If you've looked at like building a website, you've probably heard of like WordPress. GoDaddy also has, website building, Wix, and so forth. So Shopify is like that, but specific for e-commerce. So specifically for selling products. So yes, you can create an e-commerce store with WordPress, but Shopify, like that is all they do, just e-commerce. So they're set up to be super user-friendly, really easy to get started with and get off the ground. So if you're really looking at doing an e-commerce site, I highly recommend Shopify, as it's gonna give you the most flexibility for an e-commerce platform. So there's different plans that you can choose from. The basic one is $30 a month, basically. One of my clients uses this plan right here. They're a small pet tree company, and I'm going to be using them as my example today as I give this presentation. If you're a bigger business and you want to have more people working on your website, like more people need to access it, then you'd probably want to go to the small teams option. But if it's just you and a partner or something, the basic is plenty to get you off the ground and going and test it out without having to put a lot of expense in. So the client that I'm using as an example today is Rustic Acres Pet Treats. Here is their site on Shopify. Before they were using BigCommerce, and the site was very, very lacking of information. And so we updated it. We did new photos of their products, so they would stand out more instead of just iPhone photos and so forth. You can put videos in, you can integrate. They do a lot of trade show type events, so they put in where they'll be next on their calendar, and you can do a lot of other different integrations. This is a pretty simple and straightforward Shopify site that's been completed. You can see all their products here are showing up, and there's multiple different ways to showcase those products as well. You can see here is one of their old photos. This is one product I still need to update for them. So you can see the difference that good photography does as well with your products. That's a big thing when you're looking to set up a Shopify site, is to make sure your products look good in the photos, because that's all people have to go off of when they're going to purchase your product. So I'm going to show you sort of the back end side of things on Shopify. And I just want you to note that, this is a live client that I have. They've given me permission to showcase this. So you're going to see some information and details and everything, but just so you're aware, when you start in Shopify, you're going to create an account, select your plan, and then this is going to be kind of your dashboard. The first spot you're going to start is probably in the products area. This is where you're going to add products. If you already have an e-commerce site set up on a different platform, but you're not happy with it, you can migrate all that information over. But if you're looking to start anew, then you will need to create a product. With this client, we were able to migrate all their product information over. So what I usually like to do is take a product that's similar to a new one I'm going to add and duplicate it and then just update the information. But seeing as that's not what most of you are going to be doing, it's pretty simple. You just go over here and click add a product. And you would type in the name of the product. So we're going to be putting in here, thinking ahead to the different holidays, they're going to do a Memorial Day sampler pack. Sampler treat pack. And then you would write in your description of the product. For right now, we're just going to put random assortment of our chicken products. And obviously I would expand on this, but for the sake of time and demonstration, I'm not going to put a whole lot in here. And then you can do your pricing. Do you want to charge tax or not? You can also do inventory tracking. If you have doing shipping options, you can add information in there. With this particular client, shipping's just included in all their prices, so they don't have to worry about that. And something to note at the bottom here, this is going to be your search engine listing. So if people are searching for your treat or for your product, make sure that you have keywords in here that are going to be enticing to get them to click on that product when they're searching on Google for what you're selling. And we can upload photos. I'm just going to select a random photo. It won't be what I'm actually showcasing, but just so you get an idea. Okay. And then you have your photo in here, and then you can also you can create variations of a product too. So like say you have, so like for maybe a lot of you, you have t-shirts. So you're gonna have different sizes of t-shirts. You can, let's see here, package type. This is specific right now to pet treats and stuff, but if you're doing your own product, you can different products you can change it. So for us right here, we're gonna put size is gonna be the difference. So this is where you could do like medium, large, small for shirts or something. For this one, it's by ounces. So we're gonna do that there's a 2-ounce option and then that there is a 6-ounce option. And we're gonna hit done. So now we have these variants here. So when people go to order, now they can select which size they want. Now you're going to want to put the price in for that. So say this one's $10, this one's 20. And then now you can see there's pictures that need to go to these products. So you can upload all of your general product photos here. So I'm just going to select another one quick. Okay, so say this is the 2-ounce version and this is the 6-ounce version. Now we've uploaded these into our general product area, but when people are going to purchase the size, they want to know what that's going to look like. So I'm going to select the 2-ounce version for that photo and the 6-ounce version for that photo. So now you have the photo specific to the variant, which is really nice too. So same thing with like t-shirts or any other type of thing you're going to have variations of, or even color variations, whatever that might be. You can do that right in here, and it's all customized to how you want. You can choose to track quantity or not. Maybe you're not too worried about that. You don't want to be worried about having to track that. Or you can continue selling when you're out of stock because maybe you do still have more products, but you just haven't had a chance to update and you want people to take orders and you can create new inventory really quickly. So you have all sorts of different options there. And then you can do different collections. So what did I say? This is going to be an assortment of their chicken products. So I would put it under chicken. For collections, there's different reasons for using collections later, but that might get a little into the weeds today for what we're doing. And then once you're done, you would hit save. But I'm going to do it as a draft. I don't want it to be active on their website right now. And that's kind of the quick basic overview of adding a product. So we're going to go back and look at all of our products here. So here is the draft one that I just made. It's on our different sales channels. So the nice thing about Shopify is that not only can you sell from the store, you can also use Shopify as your point of sale at your physical location. So like this client, they go to a lot of different events and fairs and sell. They were using Square, but they are now switching over to using Shopify's point of sale because now it's all integrated and together, which is really convenient and nice if you want to have everything in one spot. And the fees with Shopify and everything are comparable, if not better than with Square. So that's a motivator right there too, if you're going to set up a Shopify site. Once you've set up all your products and have them out, all your orders are going to show up here. And this is where you get your information. You'll get email notifications of your orders coming in. And what we did is we linked a, oh, apps. We linked a shipping provider to the site. So Pirate Ship is what we use. So we linked, they created an account with Pirate Ship, and basically when someone puts in an order, that order information goes directly to Pirate Ship, creates their shipping label and everything else that they need. So then they can just ship it off really easily. And then let's look at, so then you want to like actually create your store, right? You want people to see what it's all going to look like online when they come. So you would go in and you would select a theme. So we've already selected a theme, but you can look at all the different themes that they have, and you can select one that you feel fits best for your store and what you're going to be selling, depending on what your products are. And then you can customize that theme. Now, that's the easy way to do it. If you don't have a lot of development background or website work background, and then you can put in your colors, your fonts, and so forth. So here, if I go into customize on our current theme that we're using for this client, so this like announcement bar at the top, I can customize the message in here. The header, oops, header, I can change how that looks. You know, we can swap out the images. I chose what block went here. I wanted to do sort of like a what's trending, hot products. So like when we have specific holiday-based products, this updates with those holiday-based products. That's where those, when I mentioned earlier, categories for putting your products in, like I mentioned the chicken category. Well, I also created a holiday category. So whenever we have a holiday product feature, I go into here and I make sure to update it. So I change from our what's trending collection. You can see here the other ones, chickens and so forth, chicken, fish, everything else. I would select holiday gifts, and the ones that I have live will then showcase here. So that's always really nice if we're really trying to push sales for a specific product during a certain time period. Those are the first ones that they see. And then, you know, they scroll down, and then I did like a little bio. And then we talked about, and then we show more of the popular products down here. And then we have a video and then events and contact form on the home page. So by selecting all these different things on the left, you can edit those areas, you can add a section. So each one of these things is a section that you can choose and build out. This is a section, this is a section. So I could delete this section and I could add a different one in really easily by just tapping add selection over here. And you can see I have a little trash can. There's little trash cans right next to each of these sections. So I could easily delete one and swap things out. And you can change the order of things as well. Let's see here. I want to show, let's see here. Okay, so for like colors and stuff, you can see like when I click on this little announcement bar at the top, there's different schemes, color schemes here. So this scheme is one of the ones with, you know, the brand colors, they're teal blue, but say we want to add more. So I just went to our theme settings spot here. So you can customize your colors, put in your brand colors in different sections. So like, you know, I don't want every section to have a teal background. So that's why I have different schemes. This one has like a white background with teal text, and the other ones are just black and white, and so forth. So you can see like this one I did a teal background, but here I didn't want a teal background, wanted a white background, but we wanted, you know, a teal button and so forth. So then you can also designate your typography, so the types of fonts that you want. Layout, you can adjust some as well. And there's a lot of other things you can get into here that get more advanced, even just borders and things, and a whole lot more. So these are kind of more fine-tuned items. And then I just kind of went over the basic ones with you. Definitely put your logo in, and those would be kind of the main ones that you would want to use. Um, yeah. So that's kind of like a quick overview of how to set up your site. Now that's using their templates. Now, if you really want to get into custom features, that's where it gets a little bit more trickier. That's where I come in to help with customizations and getting things to look exactly how you want. But you can easily get off the ground on your own if you just take a little bit of time and get your products in there and kind of get everything set up properly. And when you go to set this all up, Shopify will like walk you through the steps as well. And their support teams are really great. You can reach out to their support people and they will even give you an overview of how to do everything. So then the other thing I want to show you is how to drive more traffic to your site to make more sales. So digital advertising is going to be your best friend in this area. I'm going to show you a quick demonstration on how to use social media ads to drive more traffic to your website. Social media ads are really helpful because they're very visual. So if you're a product-based company, having a visual ad is really nice. So people can see that and then get excited, and then they go to your website and then explore your products and then potentially buy them. So I just this morning went into Adobe Express, which is basically Adobe's version of Canva, if you've heard of Canva. And I just went in and created a simple ad for some of their products. So I did a carousel ad, which I like the most for products, especially if you want to highlight multiple products. Because, this company is specific. They have pet treats. So we want to show a few different pet treats to people because maybe they aren't so into well, I did all chicken on here, but maybe they're not interested in chicken, but they want beef treats for their dog. So I would show a random variety of products or items. You'll see this with like a lot of companies, like there's a lot of swimsuit companies. They will just do a carousel ad of like 15 or 10 of their swimsuits that you can scroll through and see which ones you like and then click on it. So it's really, carousel ads are a really great way to showcase your products. So I created three graphics highlighting three different products. And it was pretty easy. I just brought in the product photos. I found a template that I liked and put it in here. I do have a graphic designer who would normally create these, but for the sake of this presentation, I just went and used Adobe Express for speed. So then once you've created the carousel graphics are typically a square. Then you would go to Facebook, and then you would go to Meta Ads Manager. And you would set up an ad account. Let's see here. Okay. So right now I am in my personal ad account, but I manage ad accounts for a lot of other clients, so they each have their own specific ad account, like Vilas County EDC. One of my clients, they have an ad account. So I'm just in my personal one right now for the sake of demonstration. So you would, once you're at this page here, you would hit create. And now we want to send people to the website because we want them to purchase the product, right? There's a lot of different objectives you can have when setting up an ad, but for this purpose, we're going to be doing the traffic ad for getting people to go to our website to purchase products. So we're going to hit continue. Oh, something to note here. Some of these other ones, like if you have an app that you want to promote, like this is really great for that. Sales is also a good one for products too. So you can do sales or traffic, depending on how you want to set that up. There's kind of two different ways to go about that. So maybe, but I'm going to demonstrate the traffic one for now. It's always going to ask you to do their AI version of the ad. And while that's nice if you don't know a whole lot and are just sort of getting into it, it's still not as good as a manual traffic campaign. So because I've been doing this for a while, I always opt for a manual traffic campaign because you have a lot more customization and control over what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, it might not be helpful. If you don't know what you're doing, then you can go with the AI version. But I personally go with the manual traffic campaign. And then you would name it. So I'm just going to do rustic acres pet treats. So typically I will categorize my ad campaigns by years. And then when I get to the ad set level, that's where I break it down by month. So there really isn't much you would set on this first part except the budget. And usually that's on the next step. But we're going to do a daily budget of like $5. So you can keep these. The nice thing about social media ads is they're very affordable. You don't have to spend a whole lot depending on who you're trying to market to and sell to. If you're just kind of focused on the local region, you can get away with a very low ad budget. You can get away with, $100 to $200 a month easily. Obviously, if you're trying to go more national, if you're trying to sell across the whole country, you're going to need a larger budget for that because you're targeting a lot more people, and that's how the price is based. Oh, I have to move this bar here. Okay, then we're gonna go to the next. Why can't I see? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, the videos are covering all the buttons I need. So then we're gonna go here and we're gonna put in, let's see, we're gonna set this ad for March 5. And we're gonna send people to our website. You can set your dates. So we want this to start on March 1st, and we only want it to run for the month of March. Hypothetically, you can set these to whatever you want. And then you're going to do your audience controls. So who you're going to target. So I'm going to switch to original audience. It wants me to use their AI targeting, but that's still not as good as if I do it if I know who my target audience is, which I do. So we're gonna create a new audience. With this company, honestly, like we probably would want to target the whole US. We want people ordering from everywhere, but it is a Midwest, Minnesota-based company. And so for now, we're just gonna target Midwest just to keep the budget lower for them. And as they grow and get more popular, then we can expand our targeted area. So we're gonna go with like, let's go Minnesota. Oh, well, you can do it by state. Let's try that again. Let's try Wisconsin. There we go. State. And then we're going to go, let's go Michigan. Okay, we'll just do 2 states for now to target. And we're going to do age. We could probably, I'm going to go, because these are niche treats. They're a little bit more on the pricey side. Most of your 18 and 19, 20-year-olds probably aren't going to be purchasing these or affording these treats. They're pretty specialty. So we're going to start with 24 and go up. And we'll do both genders. And then when we do demographics, interests, and behaviors, we can do pet owners. Nope. Let's see here. Let's go pet. So it's people who are interested in pets, and then we're going to put pet treats. No, they don't have pet treats. Okay, let's do, I think it said pet food. Yep, there we go. We can do pet food. We can add dog. So specifically, most of these treats are for dogs. There's a couple that go for cats as well, but primarily dogs. So we want people who have pets and who are interested in dogs. So I've narrowed it down with that. You can define even further with more things. There's a whole myriad of options you can put in. And then we would hit save audience. We're going to do save that. Okay, so now that audience has been saved, and now we go to actually creating the ad. So we'll hit next. And maybe you're going to run a couple different campaigns in March. So I'm going to put here carousel ad. And maybe you're going to also do a different style ad in March too. So then you're going to select, I manage quite a few pages. The one page, I don't manage their social. I have just been doing their website stuff, but I'm just going to put in a different page for now just to demonstrate. And we're doing a carousel right here. So you can choose a single image or video. You can do collections, but for this purpose, we're going to do a carousel ad. And then we're going to add our cards. So the images that I made earlier, actually, I'll upload. I just made these images. Okay, so I'm going to upload our three carousel ad images. And we're going to select them all, hit continue. Okay, so then you can write a short headline. So let's put, for this first product, we're going to write something to entice people that'll be like organic, natural treats. And you can do a custom headline for each image, but I'm going to apply that to all of them. And then we'll do a description. Let's say we'll do free shipping all orders. Okay. And so I could go in, I could change, oh, here we go. I want free shipping also on all the cards. So I'm gonna hit apply to all. So if I go in here, you can see now it has auto-populated the other spots to have the organic natural treats and then free shipping on all orders in those spots. But I could customize, I could change it for each of these cards. If you have physical store, you can add a map showing where your nearest store is. This client does not have a store, so they just do everything online or at fairs. But if you have a physical store, you can add that in at the end and it'll show your location as well. Okay, and then primary text. This is going to be, it's going to show at the top here. You'll see in a second. So we're going to put in here local small family business, if I can type, creating all natural and organic freeze-dried pet treats. Okay, so that'll show up at the top here. So now, and then AI will give you some different variations that you can also add in here for, that will kind of rotate what'll show up here at the top. So here, that one's kind of fun how it's written. And we're gonna just add in one extra option. Then you would put in the website here to send people to your product page. Oh, and the thing you can do, let me go back up to these cards. So right now, it's populating a different website right now for me because I selected a different page. But what you could do here is say you want, this would just, what is autofilled is just the landing page or the home page of your website. So if you want, when people click learn more over here, you want them to go specifically to that product, you would just put in the URL for that specific product here. So then when they click on learn more, it would take the person right to that product page. So that's where carousel ads are really nice. So if they're scrolling through and they're like, "Ooh, I want this one right here," I'm going to click learn more and it takes them right to that product page to learn more and order that product if they decide to do so. You can add some other things in here. You can have people fill out a form when they click on the ad, but personally, I don't like to gatekeep getting people to where your products are because you want to make it as easy for them to get to your product and potentially purchase. So I usually don't add things like that. And then that's basically how you have that set up. And here I can just show you a quick advanced preview so you can see a little bit more how these ads show up in different placements. So it'll show up in Reels, it'll show up in stories, it'll show up in posts, it'll show up in feeds. And if you're doing like a single image ad, you would do different sizes of the graphic. You do a vertical and a horizontal as well. So then it shows up in all these different placements a lot better. But for carousel, it's more specific to products. So that is how you would set up a carousel ad for your products to highlight them on social media. Kathy, how are we on time?
We're great. We're just at the halfway point. So, I would just like to say, Nina, thank you because I think we can all appreciate, when we're going shopping online and we see all the different products that are out there, what's involved in terms of getting these set up in the background. And so I really think that while, if you're looking at this for the first time, there's a lot there. But I think that the formats you've set up with Shopify, and others here that there really is a step-by-step process. So you've made it really easy for that. So my first question, Nina, to you, and I know we'll have a couple coming in on the chat too. And so please do submit questions on the chat, and we'll get to those in a minute. So Nina, what do see as the benefits to having an online e-commerce presence versus a traditional foot traffic customer walking in the door?
Yeah, so if you have a brick and mortar already, the nice thing about this is it can kind of diversify your sales points. It gives you another avenue to sell from. It's not going to necessarily replace your brick and mortar, but I think it can help enhance it and expand upon it, especially in less touristy seasons. If you're more of a tourist reliant business, when you get into the off season when there's not as many people up here, but maybe they still want to buy your products and everything. Now this gives them a way to purchase them without having to be up here, in the middle of February when it's freezing cold. So I think that's a really nice way to do it. Like I said, this current client that I have, they do a lot of trade fairs and then online. Those are their two main, in person and online. Then they both complement each other really well.
And I think to your point, if there is a business owner that's got a traditional brick and mortar and they've had a customer with a good experience, hand them a card that says, here's 15% off your next visit online to buy this product again. So I think that's an option too for people. Gift certificates, any of that. So, okay, so let's get to some of the questions. Jessica writes, if you want a regular site and also e-commerce, can you build Shopify on a shop page?
Yeah, so what some businesses will do, if you already kind of have just a general website for your business, is they will integrate Shopify in. So it could be like a page on your website, people click on it, and then it takes them to like your products and everything that you would have. So you can put the two together.
And we've seen so many, you know, area businesses starting e-commerce. And we know that some of the stellar ones like, Hooked and Tagged and, Minocqua Popcorn and Puffs and the Country Store in Eagle River and others going to even just online reservations, just how valuable that is right now. And the sales numbers that they report to us anyway, are just staggering. So it really does make a difference. And, we have you and we have other resources out there if any of you or others are interested in setting something up like this, on your site. So we have a question from Beth. Does this company handle the inventory and shipping on site or off site with Pirate Ship?
Could you clarify that question, what you're meaning by handling inventory and shipping specifically?
Well, when an order comes in, do they package it and ship it off,
No, no,
or
no.
somebody else does it?
So you or anyone you would contract with would do it.
And for most people starting off with Shopify, is that how they do it, or do they? So I would send my inventory to someone
Yes, correct.
to
So
ship it off.
instead of someone walking in your store and buying your product, the order would just come in online. You would have a shipping label and address everything. You would just print it off, and you would have your packaging. You just put it on there and send it off in the mail.
Okay, wait. The way you answered that confused me. So I could set it up so that Shopify, I can print off my own label from my Shopify account and send
Hmm.
it off.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Yep, you can get the
Or,
shipping label. Yeah, the shipping label will be generated for you, um,
okay.
based on the address and all the stuff that the customer puts in when they order. And then
Mhm.
you would just have packaging, wherever you're at, different types of packaging for the products, and you would just slap that shipping label on and drop it off at the post office.
Excellent. Thank you.
Mhm.
Nina, about how long does it take for a site to get set up if someone's just starting?
Well, if you're really motivated, honestly, you could do it in a day or two. The thing that's gonna take the longest is just verifying that your business is real. So when you set up your Shopify site, you do have to input information about your business. You do have to put in your EIN and a couple other pieces of information to verify that you are a legal business. And then you link your bank account, so it'll have to do a quick verification of your bank account. And once that's all approved, that's the part that takes the longest. It can take a couple days if you don't have everything right away. But once you've verified that you are who you are and your business is real, then setting all that up, I mean, it just depends on how many products you have and everything. But I mean, you could theoretically do it really quickly.
And then talk about that customer service aspect that if you're getting that email that says someone's ordered something, that you turn that around quickly.
Yeah, I mean, the moment someone hits order, you will get emailed a notification that you have an order that came in. And so, like with my client, that automatically goes to Pirate Ship right away too, and automatically generates their shipping label and information. So whatever system you're using, so you just, check your email every day, check your orders every day, see what's in there, and then you can fulfill them. And then if you have questions or are confused about something on Shopify, Shopify themselves has a really great customer service program, and they will set up even like custom video chats with you to go over how to do certain things and integrate certain things.
One thing I always appreciate when we go online to order things is that you get a notification that your order has shipped and that it should arrive on this date to the destination. So does Shopify manage all that too?
Yep, those are just settings you would set up, however you want that to display to customers. You can customize what that message is and everything.
And then what about returns? So if, for example, Jessica, at the hiker box, if someone's ordered, I'm making this up, a pair of socks,
Hmm.
and it's not the right size, can they work with, how do they work with you to then ship it back?
Yeah, here, let me share my screen again really quick.
I don't mean to pick on you, Jessica.
So let me go back into Shopify here. So if we go to our orders, okay, so like this one right here, I can tell you right now, it says unfulfilled, but I know it was fulfilled because this person, my client was at an event and this person just ordered, on paid online because they didn't have cash on them. So they just ordered the product online and then grabbed it in person from the event. So that's how I know that's there. But if you are, say you have an order, let me go to the order here, and you want to do a return. Here we go. You could either just refund, say they got something defective or whatever, you could hit refund, or you can hit return. Now, I don't really want to hit these buttons because I don't want it to cause an effect here, for the customer, but it is all really user friendly and it'll just walk you through the steps of how to handle that process.
Okay. And about, I mean, we're hearing anywhere from 40 to 50% of a business selling online can be half of their profit for the year.
Mhm.
Um, so can you talk about that from your experience about really truly how valuable this is?
Well, the nice thing about like the online stuff is you don't have to have a large overhead. You don't have to have a big physical space that's open, every day from 9 to 5 or whatever your hours might be. So your margins, in a sense, can be higher too with an online store, just because you don't have to have necessarily the same staffing and so forth, depending how large you are, of course, and how much you're going to sell. So I think that's also a really great advantage from a profitability standpoint. It's not on a clock, right? So people can order at 11 at night if they want to when your store's not open. So that's the other great thing about it.
Yeah, and I think to your point earlier that, last winter when we had that horrific winter, when we didn't have any snow and the trails weren't open, we were really, promoting the fact that the importance of setting up an e-commerce site, just because, when you didn't have that foot traffic, that you could have in fact still been making money online. And so that's why I think, the more and more we grow with AI and our knowledge of this, and people like yourself and others that can help people get this started, it's really a very viable option for a business owner to be successful with this.
Mhm. I think we just got another question. Are there any fees associated with credit card payments on Shopify? And yes, just like I'm going to share my screen again. Just like any platform that you're going to do sales on, whether it's your um, POS system, like if you use Square, there's fees, right, when people pay. So here on the plans it outlines what the what the different fees are for people who are purchasing through your site. So at the basic level, I mean, all these platforms are pretty similar and comparable. They're all going to have their slight little variations, and it kind of depends on which plan you're at. But you can see here, like most basic plan, it's 2.9%. Plus 30 cents, and so forth. And then so that's for online. If you're using their POS for in-person stuff, it's a little bit less. And then there's a 2% fee for third-party payment providers. So if you upgrade over here, it goes down a little bit. So some of it would depend on your volume of sales. If you're doing high volume, it might be advantageous to upgrade depending on how many sales you're doing each month. So that's something you'd have to do the math on as well.
Right, thank you. So, Jessica, not to pick on you again, but I'm going to. I would be interested just to hear from a business owner their experience in terms of using e-commerce and how that's benefited you.
Sure. We have a kind of weird situation where e-commerce has actually benefited us through our brick and mortar, which is to say that we've become a destination place for high quality outdoor stuff. So we have clients regularly from Iron Mountain, Park Falls. They want to come, they want to get that personal experience. They want us to fit them for a pack. They want to see and touch and feel things, but it's a 2 to 3 hour drive. They will often shop our website and look at what we've got available, and then usually also then call and find out, do you really truly have this in stock? So currently, our website is set up with our point of sale and back office inventory software, and it's nice because the inventory is then automatically updated. But there's a lot of things that we don't want to ship, like snowshoes, that we're able to state that they're for local pickup only. I hope that
Yes.
answered your question.
Yeah, it did. So it's going well then, and you do have a unique situation there. So where others, if you look at the country store in Eagle River, they're shipping out chocolates and nuts and things like that and fudge, and so it's a different kind of a business. But, again, once you've had that foot traffic in and they've loved what you've done, or like Minocqua Popcorn or yourself or others, it's, now go online if you want more. Christmas, the holidays, uh, you know, um, Thanksgiving, birthdays, whatever. So it is very beneficial to have this. So, um, Nina, anything else that you'd like to share, or I'd like to just offer too for anyone that if you've found value in this presentation or have been thinking about it, now's a good time to do it. So please do reach out to me, and I can connect you with Nina, and we'll be glad to help you get something set up if you'd like.
If we have some time, I can also do a quick demo on the Google Ads part too, if we want.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep, we have
cool.
about 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Sometimes you never know quite how many questions there are going to be, so I like to sort of shift some room there. So let me go to Google Ads. Okay. So, another way to drive traffic to your website is going to be through Google Ads. So, say I go to Google and I am going to search for, um, let's do dog treats. Let's see here. Let's do organic dog treats. Let's go. Okay. So you will see right here, obviously, these ads will show up here as well. These are sort of like the visual version of Google Ads. And then also you'll have these sponsored ads right here. So sponsored search results. So small batch dog treats popped up. Stash Yo's pet popped up. And then once you get past all of these, then you're finally getting your organic results based on just good SEO work. So you can see this whole first part is ads. So I'm going to show you how to create an ad for this first part right here so that your stuff can show up if people are searching for what it is that you're trying to sell. So let me go to we're going to just create a campaign. I would set this up under usually like a specific account. So we're going to just do a mock one though under my sort of sub account. Typically I'd have a specific account set up just for this client. So there's obviously a couple different ways to do things. We can do drive sales online, or you can do website traffic. So kind of like when I showed you social media, there's kind of two different options for selling your product. So the website traffic one is going to be this right here. And then the sales one is going to be these ones right here. So for now, I'm going to do website traffic because you're more probably just going to want to get people to your website and then hopefully buy products based on that. Now, Google Ads gets pretty in the weeds on things. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm not going to be able to show you just because it gets really complex, especially when it comes up to tracking your conversions and tracking how many people actually place an order based on the ads and so forth. So I'm just going to give you sort of a high level overview so you have just a better understanding of how Google Ads works. So right now the conversion goal is page views. If I was really setting this up properly, our conversion goals would be like people going to a specific product and clicking like the order button, for example. So we're going to hit continue. There's a lot of different options you can do. Here we can do the shopping, which is going to show the products at the top again, or you can do the search. So sorry, my bad. Shopping is these ones. Search is right here. So you can kind of do two different options. I do a lot of search campaigns for people. We also do shopping campaigns as well. But we're going to show search. That's a tongue twister. Just so you can kind of get, this is going to be the most common version of Google Ads that you're going to utilize, and it's the most general for most cases. So even if you're not necessarily trying to sell a product, this can just drive people to your website as well. So I'm just going to grab our website URL here, put it in. We're going to do a search campaign for today, and you can name it. We'll hit continue. Okay. Basically, we can do, if I was setting up, had my conversion tracking set up, I would do that. But for now, we're going to do clicks. You can set a maximum cost. You can also bid for new customers only. So this would only show to people who haven't purchased from you, or you can have it show to people who have purchased from you and who haven't. That's your choice. Then you can do your targeting. Location options. So if you're a physical store, so maybe you're running these ads because you want people to come in, but you also want them to purchase online, right? Both. So people in or regularly in your included locations, or people who've shown interest in the locations, you can choose that. And then you can choose audience segments kind of based on what their interests and stuff are. And let's see here, and locations, like we don't want to do all countries. Enter another location. There it is. So say we're gonna go do advanced search. We're gonna do radius. You can do, a state if you want to as well. So I could do like all of Wisconsin, and we could include, or maybe we just want to do a small area. We could do Eagle River and say I want to do a 30-mile radius around Eagle River, Wisconsin. And then I could include that in there. I could also do like, let me do 3 lakes. But I should be able to, here we go. This is what I would do. But say, hey, I don't want my ad to show up in 3 lakes for some reason. I can exclude 3 lakes from that radius as well. Or that targeted area. So you just have a few different options here that you can play around with for how you want your ads to show up and who you want them to show up to. Different language preferences. And then you can pick when your ad starts and ends, when it shows up to people all day or during certain hours. Maybe if you're trying to drive people to a physical store, maybe you only want the ad to show while you're open. Just some different ideas there. And then, so this pulled the description from the website, and it's going to you can use AI to generate keywords and stuff, or you can skip and enter them all yourself, but we'll see what it generates for us. So these are the keywords that it auto-generated based on the information that I have on the website. Now we don't do dog food, so I would probably take that one out, or I would change that to like natural dog treats near me. Dog treats, dog bones, pet snacks. And I would add in other things here, like this one, has freeze-dried chicken pet treats. I could put in like beef, rabbit, whatever other salmon, fish, I could add in a lot more keywords to here as well. You want to get into the kind of the mindset of your customer. This is so when someone goes to search for your products and what you're offering, what phrases and words are they using to search for that? Those are the words and phrases you want in here for keywords so that then your ad and your website show up when someone goes to search for freeze-dried dog treats. And so I would add in a few more keywords. And then you have a lot of things here that you can set up. And it'll kind of auto do a lot of them for you, and then you can just go in and refine them. So you have all your different like headlines here. So that's going to be what shows up right here on your ad. So this will rotate. Google will try different options here to see what responds best with people who are searching. So kind of put all, the main things that are going to maybe entice somebody to want to purchase. Just click on there and learn more about your products. And then descriptions, I would go in and tweak these obviously, but just kind of showing you what's put in here. And then you can add some images as well. So I could add product images here already. It's already pulled some from my website. So we'll save those, put those photos in. And so it'll show a little image right on the side. Wonder if it'll, so the preview, you would add your business logo and then site links. These are, let's see if any of these examples have one. They don't have a site link. So a lot of times on ad, so like the site link would be this little part here. Let me see if I can zoom in. No. So maybe you want people to go right to your products. So do like shop all products, about us, contact us. So it already did them for us. Or if you have specific products that you want to highlight, and then call outs are just more information that you can add. And you can keep going. You can add all sorts of more information and assets in here for your ads. And then you would hit next, and it would then publish based on the settings that you have set. So that's just a really quick high-level overview of setting up a Google ad, or one of the many ways to set up a Google ad.
Great, Nina. Thank you so much. Okay, so if everyone's overwhelmed or not, you can always reach out to me and to Nina, and we can help you further with this. No question about that. And clearly, we could have always done this in 2 hours, but we're trying to keep it all over the noon hour for everybody. So we hope you all found this valuable, and we'll be doing more of these, and we'll have Nina back, and also our additional programming with more lunch and learns coming up this spring and fall. So please do stay in touch with us, and we'll reach out to you as well. And again, please contact us if we can ever be of service to you. So with that, we're right almost at 1 o'clock. So have everyone have a good day.